We live in a world that is just obsessed with control, right? With grasping and striving and trying to bend everything to our will. But what if I told you that the greatest strength, the most incredible peace, isn't found in holding on tighter, but in the really courageous act of letting go? That's what we're going to explore today, the luminous art of surrender. And this really sets the stage perfectly, doesn't it? On the left, you've got grasping. That's the world most of us live in. Control, force, resist, strive. It's familiar. But on the right, there's a completely different way of being, releasing. And look at those words: surrender, allow, trust, flow. We're here to really dig into the profound power that's waiting for us on that second path. So let's talk about that fortress of control. Why is our default mode this constant, relentless need to have a grip on everything? Why is it so unbelievably exhausting? This section gets right to the heart of that question. We build these walls around ourselves, and man, it takes so much energy to maintain them. And this just nails it, doesn't it? A fortress of plans held together with white-knuckled intensity. We've all been there, right? Believing that if we just plan harder, schedule more, control every little variable, we'll be safe, we'll be strong. But really, it's not strength. It's the very source of our deepest exhaustion. Okay, so if control is the problem, surrender has to be the answer, right? But for a lot of us, that word surrender, it just brings up some stuff, a lot of resistance. So this next section is all about tackling that single biggest hurdle, unlearning the huge misunderstanding that surrender is the same as defeat. And here it is, the big question, the one you're probably thinking right now. Isn't that just giving up? I mean, come on. Our entire culture has taught us that surrender is weakness, it's waving the white flag. But that, it turns out, is a massive misunderstanding of what it truly is. Well, this really helps clear things up. On one side, you have all those misconceptions: defeat, weakness, just rolling over. But the reality is something else entirely. True surrender isn't passive, it's an active, conscious choice. And it's rooted in things like courage, wisdom, and being fully present. So let's really land on this new definition, this new way of seeing it. Surrender isn't collapsing in a heap. It's the courageous and conscious choice to stop fighting a battle you can't win, to stop wrestling with reality. It's having the wisdom to say, you know what, there are forces here that are bigger and wiser than my own ego. All right, so we've redefined it. We know it takes courage, but what's in it for us? I mean, what's the actual payoff? What do we get when we finally let go? Well, that's what this next part is all about, unveiling the 3 core rewards of this practice, which we're going to call the 3 beauties. And here they are, our roadmap for this bit: release, connection, and unfolding. Each one of these is a profound gift that just naturally starts to show up when we stop trying to force life into the exact shape we think it should be. Let's dig into each one. So, first up, release. Just imagine for a second you've been carrying this ridiculously heavy backpack for years. The moment you finally let it drop, that feeling, that's surrender. All the energy you were burning by fighting reality, by resisting what is suddenly freed up. And you can use that energy for what really matters, for peace, and for being truly present in your own life. And then there's the second one, connection. When we're trying to control everything, we're basically living on this tiny, lonely island, thinking we have to do it all ourselves. But surrender shatters that illusion. It's that humble moment where we admit we can't do it all alone. And that opens us up to connection, to support from others and from the world itself. We go from a lonely fortress to being part of a vast, interconnected web. And that brings us to the third beauty, which is unfolding. Think about a river for a second. It doesn't fight its way to the ocean. It flows with the landscape. When we surrender, we start to do the same. We stop trying to bulldoze a path forward and instead learn to co-create with life, trusting that the process itself has a wisdom we can't always see. Okay, this all sounds great in theory, right? Release, connection, unfolding, it's beautiful stuff. But what does it actually look like in a real person's life? Let's ground all this in a story, because that's when these ideas really come alive. So let's talk about Clara. Clara was someone who had her life dialed in, meticulously controlled, everything planned out to the last detail. And then life happened. An unwelcome diagnosis showed up, and it could not have cared less about her 5-year plan. Her fortress was suddenly facing a force it could not control. Wow. And this quote from her, it just says everything, doesn't it? I had been white-knuckling my way through existence. I mean, who can't relate to that feeling? But her big discovery was this incredible paradox. The moment she finally truly let go, she didn't fall. She found out she was being held. So how do we do this? How do we actually build this muscle? Because it is a muscle. And the good news is, it's not about waiting for some huge crisis. It's about the small, everyday moments. Stuck in traffic? Instead of fuming, just breathe. Notice the sky. Someone criticizes you. Instead of instantly defending yourself, just pause. It's about learning to rest in the discomfort of I don't know. Each of these little acts builds trust. And all of this, all these small practices, they lead to something, well, something huge. This is really the ultimate point of it all. This isn't just about feeling less stressed out. It's about finding who you truly are underneath all that striving. Think about it. When you strip away that constant, nagging, exhausting need to manage every single outcome, what's actually left? What you find is a core of your being that is already peaceful. It's already resilient. It's already connected. Surrender is just the art of clearing away all the junk that's hiding. You know, when you boil it all down, surrender is basically a conversation with life itself. It's a powerful declaration. It's looking out into the unknown and having the quiet courage to say, I trust you, even when I can't see the path ahead. I trust you. So as we stand here at the start of a new year, I want to leave you with this one question to really think about. What heavy burden, what white-knuckled grip are you finally ready to set down? What might happen if you just unclenched your fist and trusted that you too are being held?